guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Tlologelo Masehla and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the truth behind what it really feels like to be pregnant. So I'm going to be getting a little bit vulnerable with you guys, and I really hope you guys do share your stories with me as much as I'm sharing mine with yours, right? So sorry for the noise outside. They are cutting the grass downstairs, so it is loud. I hope you guys can hear me still. In my previous video, I did kind of tell you guys how different my pregnancies were. My first and second pregnancies were very different, and highlighting some of the things that I went through during my pregnancy, because I tend to feel like social media sometimes, not all the time, sometimes romanticizes the idea of pregnancy and all of that. So I just kind of want to tell you guys some of the things that I experienced, and some of them weren't nice. You know, actually most of them weren't nice. So I just want to share that with you guys. And yeah, let's get into it. So one of the things that I went through was that I was very emotional during my pregnancy. I used to cry a lot. I remember this one time my partner and I were watching a movie on Netflix. It's called Life in a Year. I don't know if I told you this in my other video, but we were watching a movie on Netflix called Life in a Year. And so the movie has Jaden Smith. What the movie is about is that a young couple, basically two teenagers, they fall in love, and then somewhere along the way they found out that the girl has cancer and it's fatal, basically. So when the girl is on chemo and all of that, she goes through like a lot of things, and the guy is there for her and all of that. So that kind of made me very, very emotional, because in the end she dies, you know. And I was very emotional when I was watching that movie. I cried at the end, and my partner was shocked, like, why are you crying? Like, what's wrong with you? It's just the movie. I don't know why it touched me so much, but that was before I actually found out that I'm pregnant. I didn't even think that it could be because I'm pregnant. I literally just cried at the end of that movie. I couldn't believe, like, Mina, I cry, ne? But over a movie, no, not over a movie. And so another thing is, this is my second pregnancy. My first pregnancy, I didn't have a lot of, like, not a lot of things were happening with me with my first pregnancy. But yeah, I think my second pregnancy, that's where I experienced most things. So I used to sweat a lot when I was pregnant with my second baby. I sweat at night when I'm sleeping, you know. And all of this is before I found out I was pregnant, right? So I used to sweat a lot, and we just assumed that maybe it's a fever, because also it wasn't that hot. It was in April. It was like we were in autumn. Actually, April is autumn, right? Yeah, I think it's autumn. Yeah. So it wasn't hot. It wasn't really that hot anymore, but I was sweating. Guys, when I tell you I was sweating, like, I'm not joking. Like, I was sweating. I was drenched in sweat. Like, in the morning when I wake up, I'm wet. Like, my back is wet. Like, under my boobs, like, I didn't understand what was going on. We actually thought that I'm coming down with a fever or something. Like, I was sweating. I didn't understand. Also, the sweating doesn't stop, guys. You will sweat throughout your pregnancy. I'm not saying you, but it's highly likely that you will sweat throughout your pregnancy. I was sweating throughout my pregnancy. I was sweating, especially under your boobs, because now your stomach is big and your boobs are laying on top of your stomach. So there's friction happening there. Sorry guys, it's a bit TMI, I know, but it's you know, we have to talk about it. So yeah, that's something which I experienced in my pregnancy. Another thing is that the strange smells. So there was this one time we went to Zara. Also, this was really a bad idea in hindsight when I think about it, because what were we thinking? This is my first pregnancy, by the way. It's my first one, or is it my second one? I don't remember. Yeah, so there's this one time we went to Zara. We went to actually buy perfumes, like Zara perfumes, with my partner. We got there, we were trying perfumes. Guys, I was pregnant. Like, what was I thinking? Next thing I know, I'm feeling dizzy. Now I'm feeling dizzy, and I feel like I'm gonna fall down. You know, also it was a really bad idea to buy perfumes while I'm pregnant, even though I chose a good perfume. But I feel like it was a bad idea to be trying all those perfumes, like all those smells and everything. It was not a good idea because I started to feel dizzy. Imagine feeling dizzy in a Zara store, or imagine me falling down in a Zara store, guys. No ways. In this day and age, next thing you find yourself on TikTok or something. No ways. So yeah, I started to feel dizzy, and I just sat down for a bit, and my partner was like, you know what, we need to go. This was a bad idea, but we did end up buying a few perfumes there, and then yeah, that was it. Another incident which happened was that this one day I was cooking. I don't know if I shared this with you guys. Yo guys, did I share this with you? So I was making pasta, and then I ended up not eating it because the Parmesan cheese smelled horrible for me. So I ended up not eating that night. I don't remember. I think I ended up having bread or something. Guys, I'm cutting this story short because I feel like I've shared this story with you guys already. But if I haven't, I'm really sorry. I can share it with you guys. I don't mind sharing it again because I remember it so vividly. Like, yo. And also, speaking of vivid, guys, the dreams in pregnancy, the dreams, hey, it's like you're there. They are so, like, they are so clear, like they are so vivid. It's like you are actually there. It's like you could literally touch the person you're with in your dream. Guys, like the dreams when you're pregnant, they are so vivid. Sorry guys, I'm looking down because I've got notes. I have notes about my pregnancy, like I have notes about my birth story and all of that. So the next video will definitely be my birth story. I'm gonna tell you guys how I gave birth, my experience with both pregnancies. That's gonna be my next story time. Anyway, yeah, I was telling you guys about vivid dreams. Yo guys, the dreams during pregnancy, angeke, no ways. What? It's like you're there. It literally feels like it's happening. It's so weird. Yo, anyway, let's move on to the next one, the glowing. Okay, so with me, luckily, first and second pregnancy, my skin, like I was glowing. Like I looked good, my skin was good, had no pimples. Also, I feel like the pills that you take during pregnancy, they really help with your skin. I was taking Preg Omega Plus, those big pills, like you take 3 of them per day. So they've got magnesium, they've got multivitamins, they've got, I think they've got zinc, if I'm not mistaken. So those things generally are good for your skin. So with me, like they treated me really, really well. I was really, really pretty during my pregnancy. I won't lie. I was like, my skin was popping. I had no pimples. I had nothing. I was glowing. I was really pretty. So I'm gonna need to read this out loud so I can kind of give you guys a backstory. So during pregnancy, you start to get to a point where you're uncomfortable because of how much you've gained weight. So I think this is something that I talked about in my previous video, but I did gain a lot of weight this time around. Even now I'm struggling with my weight, but obviously I am working on it. I do work out sometimes, guys. Yo, it's not consistent. I won't lie, I'm very inconsistent in my working out, and I don't know how I expect to see results if I'm not consistent in what I'm doing. But I really, really just need to get in shape because wow, I've gained a lot of weight. And besides that, the weight gain also contributes to my having of stretch marks. So guys, one thing about me, I struggle with stretch marks. Like my pregnancy caused really dark stretch marks. Like I have dark stretch marks, like black stretch marks. you know, and I've always struggled with stretch marks. I think for me, having stretch marks has always been such a because of how I don't want to say bullied in high school, but yeah, there was some girls who kind of made remarks about my stretch marks in high school. And also, another thing I experienced during my pregnancy is hemorrhoids. If you don't know what hemorrhoids are, please guys, please just Google what hemorrhoids are, because I don't know how to explain them. The only thing I can actually say is that it will hurt when you go to the toilet, like when you go to number 2. Sorry, also TMI, I'm sorry. But when you go to number 2, it will hurt, and it's very much possible that you will bleed. With me, I had hemorrhoids, so it would hurt and I would also bleed, and like I'd see the blood afterwards. Yo guys, it was really bad. Like hemorrhoids are painful. Oh, they're so painful, and I still have them even now, even after pregnancy. So they take a while to kind of recover, kind of, because even now I still suffer with hemorrhoids sometimes, but they're not as bad as they were during my pregnancy. So that's another thing that you might possibly have during your pregnancy. Okay, another thing is, this is also a bit TMI. I just want to get the TMI stuff out of the way. So during pregnancy, you are most likely to have like a lot of discharge, especially the white discharge. So you are more likely to have a lot of discharge during your pregnancy. Guys, I'm not a doctor, ne? I'm just sharing my experiences with you. These are some of the things that I experienced during my pregnancy. So I did have a lot of discharge. Like I said in my previous video, that in my second pregnancy, the first few months I did bleed. I bled like I was on my period, and then after that it was the discharge, like a lot, especially in the 3rd trimester. You will have a lot of discharge, guys. So this is another thing that I wrote down and I need to read out to you guys. So during pregnancy, you will most probably not have any motivation to do anything like leaving your house because you're so uncomfortable. Also, that also speaks to the weight gain. You know, when you gain weight, you start to become a little bit uncomfortable with your body and all of that, unless you're gaining weight because like it's something that you want. But if you're gaining weight because like you're pregnant, it's out of your control and all of that, you start to feel uncomfortable because you're not used to that body, you know. Another thing is that one thing about pregnancy is that you could have all the support, like people could be around, but you're still going to feel alone. I know that it's weird, but it's like that. Like you have all this support, you have your family, you have your parents, you have your partner, you have this, you have your friends, they're all there, but you still feel alone because at the end of the day, you're the one who's pregnant. They not, like, they don't understand. There are certain things that you're going through that they don't understand. So either way, you still feel alone. You still feel like you're dealing with stuff alone. As much as you would complain, like, oh, my back is sore, oh, my feet are swollen, oh, headache, you know, whatever whatever the case may be. But you're the one who's pregnant. They don't really know how you feel, and they don't know what to say, they don't know what to do. It's like they're walking on eggshells around you. That's how it is. So you still feel alone even though you have support around you, you know. Like I said, sometimes you feel alone, and that actually makes you sad sometimes. So sometimes you wake up sad, other days you will wake up and you're happy. Like, it's an emotional roller coaster. Pregnancy is an emotional roller coaster. Listen, like, it's an emotional roller coaster. I think one of the things I say to myself is that I really wish I was one of those people who are like emotionally and like mentally strong to handle anything that is thrown at me. I know that there are people who are like that, and you know what, I commend people like that because I'm not good with like a lot of change in my life. So I really wish I was, you know, I really wish I kind of took care of myself mentally and emotionally before I decided to have a baby, because a lot of changes will happen to you, and like you won't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to handle it, but you know what, I dealt with it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I will see you on the next video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.